As Disney struggles to prepare for their new competition opening just down the road in the form of Epic Universe, the company is choosing at this time to invest in a range of refurbishments throughout Walt Disney World property, which include Magic Kingdom's Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Unfortunately, however, guests will have to wait just a little bit longer as the attraction's triumphant return might have been delayed well into 2026. Which ultimately begs the question, will Tiana's Bayou Adventure be the last ride in Frontierland that year with Rivers of America's destruction imminent? Let's talk about Big Thunder Mountain Railroad's big refurb at Walt Disney World here on That Park Place. Now here's another attraction that's going under some interesting refurbishment, that being Big Thunder Mountain Railroad at Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World. Now, you've heard on this channel before that this attraction is going to be down for an entire year. It won't be open at all during the year of 2025, at least ongoing. Now, what's interesting is that there is a permit update that suggests that this ride might be delayed even further. Here we go. A new notice of commencement has been filed for the ongoing refurbishment of Big Thunder Mountain Railroad at Magic Kingdom. And it comes with one notable change, an extended expiration date of April 15, 2026. The permit is once again assigned to DPR Construction, the contractor overseeing major structural work for the project. Previous permits for the refurbishment, including earlier filings from DPR Construction, had expiration dates of March 13th, 2026. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that really pushes it very, very deep. And this is like one of multiple attractions that have had previously rumored dates of opening and have been pushed back, and including things that have been officially announced to open and then have been delayed even further. And you'll note that, they're about to make this attraction right here that you're seeing on screen, this Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin at Magic Kingdom, a very high capacity attraction for this park. Well, that's about to go down for a multi-month project as well. You could be looking at a scenario where you have both attractions down for significant portions of time, reducing capacity overall for this park. Guys, what is going on with Big Thunder?
While the Rivers of America is also down, there'll be no reason to go over there at all.
And at least they've got Tiana's Bayou Adventure up and running, and really, it's a people eater, that ride. It never goes down, right?
Whoops. Yeah. The West Side might not be as enviable as it had been in previous years. I mean,
I'll be frank. The fact that huge crane is over there ruining the skyline, and that happens, whatever. I remember when they did Snow White's Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, and you could see over the walls. The walls could never be high enough. Yeah, I saw a few guys smoking cigarettes while they're, taking their break inside the park. Whatever, who cares? When you look at this and the amount of movement that we've been seeing, I'm really surprised that this ride is not going to be done before the end of the year. Big Thunder Mountain is a favorite of mine. It is the first roller coaster that I ever rode. And for it to be down for a year and a half, that's not great. This is, unless they're doing really great upgrades to this ride, which they don't need to do. It's Big Thunder Mountain. They just need it to run. I don't understand why this isn't a year and a half, other than somebody came in and value engineered it and said, you know what, we're going to take our time because we need to move our money elsewhere.
Yeah. And I want to go ahead and I'm going to get over to your new culture just after this. Scott Goosten here. The reopening date for It's a Small World at Disneyland Park has been moved back 2 weeks, May 9th, previously April 25th, when the ride reopens. It will include Miguel and Dante from Pixar's Coco. And I've also been hearing rumors that the new Walt Disney animatronic that will be featured at the Great Moments of Mr. Lincoln Opera House there on July 17th has also maybe been moved back. Now, we're still waiting clarification on that point. I think a lot of people are. Which, by the way, that was supposed to be for the 70th anniversary. And here's the official page for that. And you can see there's nary a mention of Walt Disney up until the very, 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 very end is when they actually get to him there. So,
you think,
go ahead, please.
Do you think the problem is that it keeps achieving sentience and criticizes Bob Iger?
Yeah. Well, if you look at the attraction it's butted up against to here on this page, it's like, what are you doing? Like, what? Why'd you do this? Yeah, indeed. Culture.
Bob, what are you thinking?
There's a good one.
We now have.
By the way, since you mentioned that, it looks like Disney took down Tyler Dean McDowell's version of Almost There on
I saw that.
YouTube, even though he had a mechanical license for it. He has the license, but Disney might have given him allegedly a copyright strike for singing the song from Tiana's Bayou Adventure. I guess they didn't like his ideas.
Interesting.
No. It's funny though, with a license, I don't know that they could. That's really strange. They're violating the rules and principles of.
Yeah, they couldn't go after Bob. What are you think? Or they couldn't go after what would Walt say?
Yeah.
But here we are. I'm sorry, Vash. You're trying to get through the stories.
Oh no. I was just going to ask culture right here. We have 3 attractions that may be being delayed in some form or fashion. Again, we're still waiting for clarification on the Walt Disney animatronic, but we haven't heard anything since actually it was moved to its July 17th date. And I think that's also been delayed at least once before. What's been going on here?
Vash, who's building that animatronic?
Well, I would assume it's in house with Chinese parts, but go ahead.
Okay. Well, I'm just curious. I mean, the only people I trust anymore would be Garner Holt, but that's a whole other conversation.
That's true.
Well, let's get into this.
The tariff situation is going to affect the parks because a lot of those parks are sourced from China. So
yeah, instead of having the in-house shop actually, produce in-house parts for in-house created items.
There you go. Walt Disney constructed out of Chinese parts. There you go.
It's great. This is fantastic.
Yeah. So, but no, to talk about it, I think they've got a big problem. The value engineering is built in. That's how Iger has been able to survive and deliver little over a long courses of time. I mean, there is no excuse for a 7-year wait for the Tron attraction, and that's only a 1-minute attraction with off-the-shelf, previously designed and built, pieces. I don't think anybody in their right mind is thinking that this should take as long as it's going to take, upgraded or no, and it's minimally upgraded in my opinion, but it's ridiculous, and it's only so they can write off expenses, capex quarterly. There's no other reason to do it this way. You should be moving as fast as you possibly can. But here's the other heart of the matter, and I think all of you will agree with me. They've jettisoned all of the quality people who've worked on this before, whether it be at Disneyland or anywhere else, just this specific. True. So, I love Big Thunder Mountain. It is an attraction, a roller coaster specifically, that the entire family can enjoy. Because outside from a little, as Benny Johnson would call it, tummy riser from time to time, there's nothing particularly spooky or scary. This is
that's not true. It's the wildest ride in the wilderness.
I will do the voice. Don't tempt me. But and this is one of my favorite attractions. Not for any of the reasons that I like to ride like X over at Magic Mountain or anything crazy like that. I love the extreme rides. This is thrilling for other reasons, and part of it is the lovely ambiance around you, right? And this is one of the few attractions that Disney bothered to build in 3 dimensions. If you think about it, you look at Pandora, that's not a 3-dimensional build out. There are some areas that are, but for the most part, much like Indiana Jones or whatnot, there's just a giant building attached to most things with the exterior that you can see fully fleshed out. Thunder Mountain couldn't do that, especially at Disneyland. So it's like the Matterhorn in that way, and in Disneyland as well. So it's really neat when they actually theme an entire building and make that a centerpiece, or quote unquote a weenie, in the park. Have you noticed Disney has no interest in doing that? Because, absent the top part of Splash Mountain, or I guess now technically Tiana's Boring Adventure, you don't have a lot of those types of things around anymore. And then nothing's built in that way. Nothing's built as with the show in mind. I have a feeling that whatever they're doing inside of this attraction is minimal at best, and will be a disappointment for most when they after a long wait, they ride this again and realize they were sold a bill of goods.
Well, I think as long as they put it back the way it was, it couldn't be much worse.
Well,
Well,
don't, I don't know. I mean, it's still one of the worst attractions in park history is still one that I enjoy, despite that, would be the Matterhorn. Matterhorn will destroy your back, especially when you get older. It probably
Yes.
will take care of your knees and other things as well, especially if
Well,
there's a rather hefty person sitting in front of you on that attraction. But I'm
Yep.
just going to say, I still enjoy that one because it's still, whether or not be bouncy, bumpy, or whatever, it's still fun.
oh, well, remember. I mean, Bob Gurk taught himself trigonometry, so we can't all be perfect at creating what is it, the first tubular steel roller coaster out the gate. So
yeah, and he was so like involved in that. They pressurized the track. I mean, they made sure that the pipe still had the same pressure. I'm like,
Amazing.
That's true.
Amazing.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.